Why Depression Trauma Can Make You Age Faster, an article by Anna Sanadue found on Medical News Today, presented by Megan Rababero and Isabel Daniels.
This article is based on a research article from the American Journal of Psychiatry called Epigenetic Aging and Major Depressive Disorder. Epigenetics is the study of how certain environmental factors or behaviors can affect the function of your genes. To measure epigenetic aging, researchers measured DNA methylation. Methylation is the change in a DNA segment without changing the entire sequence. They then compared the methylation results with the brain tissue found in people with depression. They found that the degree of methylation and epigenetic change was indicative of older age in people with depression. Epigenetic aging was also positively and significantly associated with childhood trauma. So, people with major depressive disorder were biologically 8 months older than their chronological age. And in very severe cases, they would be 10 to 15 years older than their chronological age.
We believe the author's purpose in writing this article was for multiple reasons. 1, to bridge the gap between the research community and everyday people, therefore making the information more accessible. Secondly, to inform people and spread awareness on the impacts of mental illness. As time goes on, the stigma surrounding mental illness has begun to disappear. Articles like this one help break down that wall and start conversations about the connection between our mental and physical health.
The concept of this article relates a lot to what we've been learning about in class. So, functional biomarkers are quantifiable factors that can affect the aging process. Depression could be considered a functional biomarker because we're able to measure the degree of depression based on behaviors, moods, and thought patterns. It's also something that can affect how well you're able to function during your lifetime, which is functional capacity.
Overall, the article is valid. It's important to note that minor background information stating that depression can cause a shorter lifespan and lead to a higher risk of cardiovascular problems is linked to articles instead of their direct studies. However, the main study summarized in this article is peer-reviewed and directly linked. The author conveys the information of all of the studies in her writing correctly, and she states, just as the studies do, that more long-term studies need to be conducted, and that hopefully the article will encourage the research community to do just that.
How does this affect the public? This article can make an impact on the public's perception of depression. First, it encourages the people to intervene with depression early on, since the findings found that childhood trauma can play a large role in epigenetic changing. Second, it emphasizes that your mental health is just as important as your physical health. They are much more intertwined than we usually think they are. And if mental health concerns are not addressed early on, they can usually lead to greater physical health concerns later on. Now, a question for you. What are some strategies you use to take care of your mental health?
Here's our reference page. We hope you enjoyed our presentation today. Thank you.